trade, and trade. That was pretty much all that has been said about Tyler Herro over the last 3 years. And not only that, but the idea of Tyler Herro being the centerpiece of a trade package was ridiculed by numerous teams. Fan bases like Portland. Well, wouldn't that poverty team love to have Tyler Herro right about now? Okay, sorry, that was unnecessary, but it is funny that Tyler Herro is levels above any player on Portland's roster, and right now, he's levels above most of the NBA, because 28 games into the season, it hasn't been Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler who have been the Miami Heat's best player. It has been Tyler Herro, averaging 24 points, nearly 6 boards, and 5 assists on 47, 40, 85 shooting splits. And not only has Herro taken his game to another level, but he has turned himself into one of the best shooters in the NBA and Miami's closer.
In the title, on the move, rises up for the game winner. That's it, with a half-second left.
And when I say Tyler Herro is one of the best shooters in the NBA, he is currently on track to become the 4th player in NBA history to make at least 4 3-pointers a game on 40% or higher from 3. The other 3? Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry, who's done it 7 times. Tyler Herro isn't just having a good shooting season. This is a shooting season on par with the best of Damian Lillard and Klay Thompson's careers, who are obviously considered 2 of the greatest shooters in NBA history. And this has not been a fluke. This has been a concerted effort from Herro to take his game to the next level, with the influence of taking more threes and making more threes. But not just that, in addition to the 3-point shooting, he's doubled his rim attempts per game from last year, and he's effectively eliminated those long mid-range shots from his game. In other words, he's taking the Steph Curry shot profile approach. And don't just take it from me, he said it exactly himself. I feel like with my body type and the way I play, it's like Steph Curry. I try to make my shot profile as identical to Steph as possible. Steph shoots a lot of threes, the rest of them are to the rim, layups and free throws. That's kind of what I'm trying to resemble, and whilst I don't need to tell you this is not Steph Curry 2.0, if you are capable of taking 10 threes a night that can be considered good shots, and then having the rest of your shots be at the rim or floaters and push shots or free throws, this is going to lead to efficient basketball. And these shots are considered good looks because of how he can get them. Like here where Bam gives the ball up to Tyler going to his right, and with Allen in drop coverage, it's an easy pull-up 3 for someone of his skill level. A few minutes later, this time, Highsmith sets the screen, Jerome gets caught going under, and Herro pulls up for 3. But this is just a glimpse of what he can do as a shooter. Herro is similar to Steph in the sense they're capable of putting the ball on the floor and hitting pull-up 3s, but they also do just as much damage with their ability to move off the ball, using screens from their bigs or even their wings, like here where Herro gets a little screen from Jimmy, moving to his right and knocks down the 3, which was one of 3 threes he made in the last 3 minutes of this game versus the Pistons, going absolutely nuclear, and you saw the whole bag of shots he has. With that 3, this 3 where he gets the ball, stops on a dime, and then pulls up in Asar Thompson's face before the final 3, which was just beautiful. And this is why I really believe in what he's doing right now from an efficiency standpoint and from a volume standpoint, because none of this seems unsustainable. For starters, he shot 39% from 3 on over 7 attempts the 3 seasons prior to this, so we already knew he was an elite shooter. But the way he's been getting his 3-point shots is going to continue to be there. Compare this to, let's say, LaMelo Ball's start to the season, who was shooting 45% from 3 on about 12 attempts per game, but half of those were pull-up one-legged 3s going sideways, and whilst that was incredibly fun to watch, that is just not a sustainable way to shoot at a high efficiency. Herro has the right balance of getting his looks off the ball, paired with the handle and self-creation to take advantage one-on-one or against bigs in drop coverage, and I just just mentioned it, but another aspect of Tyler's game that has clearly taken a leap is his handle. He might not be Steph Curry or Chris Paul, but in the past, Herro was a guy that you could pressure with physical defenders and force him to give the ball up or force him into a really difficult shot. There's a different level of confidence and calmness with the way he handles the ball and gets to his spots on the floor this year. Now, maybe I should say there's a different level of calmness, because I don't think confidence has ever been a problem for Tyler Herro. If you look back 3 years ago, when he mentioned how he believed he was in the same conversation as Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, and Trae Young, well, everyone thought he was absolutely crazy. And I'm not about to tell you he is as good as those guys, but when people were calling him Miami Kuzma or comparing it to Brian Scalabrine and LeBron James, I think it's safe to say Tyler Herro was a lot more accurate than everyone else. And if he is to continue to improve, who knows, maybe he will reach that level. But getting back on track, I think another indicator of that improved patience that he has is just a play like this. Bam brings it up in transition, kicks it to Herro, but with the aggressive closeout, look at him calmly fake out the first defender before spotting a cutting Jimmy Butler and dropping a perfect dime inside for the and one. I think this is often the biggest indicator of a player taking the leap. How comfortable does he look with the speed of the game and the pressure from the defense? Herro has looked more comfortable than ever with both of those things. And the advantage of being such a great shooter is it opens up driving lanes with the defense so keyed in on trying to stop you from getting your shot off. Like here against Cason Wallace, who was guarding him at the logo, which gives Tyler the opportunity to blow past him and get downhill to the rim. What you'll also notice with Tyler's finishing ability is it's nothing ridiculously fancy, but he has such great touch with either hand around the rim, using his burst and shooting threat to get that initial step on the defender, and then once he gets in the paint, it's that ability to lay it up softly off the glass with either hand. This pretty much sums up Tyler Herro's game as a whole. He's really mastered the fine details of how to get to his spots and get the most efficient shots possible, despite not being the biggest, strongest, or fastest, which is what he mentioned in reference to another guy who is the greatest ever at doing that, Stephen Curry. And this goes beyond just his scoring. We can't mention Tyler Herro without mentioning his playmaking as well. And whenever you're a great scorer like Herro, it just makes it that much easier to create for others. Like here where Bam sets the screen, Garland is on his back, and with Allen stepping over, Herro is able to draw both of those guys away from Bam, giving him a free lane for that floater. But don't think he can only make the simple reads or passes. He has legitimate passing chops. Look at him here call for Highsmith to set the screen for Jimmy, with Niang thinking it's going to be a pin down, but Jimmy goes backdoor and it's a perfect lob for a dunk. Or how about here where it's that first in and out dribble to freeze RJ before getting the screen from Bam, and with RJ trailing, Pirtle has to step up, which allows Tyler to lob it up to Bam for the dunk. How easy does he make that look? Honestly, how easy does he make all of this look? Whether it's coming off a screen and knocking down a three, casually pulling up in someone's face, or breaking down the defense with his improved handle. This is an all-star level player, and at just 25, the Heat should be very thankful they didn't trade him for some of the suggested packages and players from the last few years. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of the video and want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Dropping a like on the video would be much appreciated. Hope you've had a great Christmas and Happy New Year.